So who you got? Round one. I know who they're going to take. Who do you think it's going to be? Wrong.
Are we betting, or are we? Is this just we're just?
Are we betting? Yeah, we can bet. Betting's fun.
Are we wagering?
Sure.
I mean, I think Tyler Guyton is probably the safest pick, but
I like that.
the offensive tackle from Oklahoma.
I like that.
Yeah, but
that would be a good pick.
You know, and I know that the Niners don't take offensive tackles.
I don't think they're going to take an offensive tackle in round one.
Defensive
I just don't.
Players. Yeah, I'm gonna say Braden Fisk from Florida State.
Talk to us. Tell us who Braden Fisk is. Of course, I know who he is.
Yeah,
but
he's a gigantic. He started at Western Michigan. He transferred to Florida State. He at the combine, he had incredible footwork on the drills. He's 6'5", 292. Chris Kasarik will love him because the motor burns constantly. The guy plays incredibly hard. He's a pass rushing guy. So like you have Hargrave and you have, these two tackles they just brought in, but you're going to need a little bit of more interior rush. And Braden Fisk will give that to you. He'll definitely be on the board. I think he's slated to go in the middle of round 2. I could see them moving back a spot or two and maybe taking him at 33, 34. But Braden Fisk, Florida State, defensive tackle. That's who I'm going with.
And this is your prediction for what the Niners are going to do.
Prediction.
I like it.
That's not necessarily what I would do, but that's what I think they'll do.
And it makes total sense. They go defense. I'm going to go. My player is going to be on defense as well. They love defensive linemen. And just because they got 2 defensive tackles in free agency doesn't mean they won't take one in round 1. Good pick. I'm going Cooper DeJean from Iowa. He was
not a D lineman though.
Not a D lineman. They've been looking for DBs throughout free agency, but they haven't really pulled the trigger on one. Of all their DBs, the only starter who signed past this upcoming season is Jair Brown. Hufanga, Diamador Lenore, Travarius Ward, Ambry Thomas, all free agents after this year. I think it's pretty clear they're looking for a DB. And what was cool about Cooper DeJean is that he could play safety, he could play nickel, he could play corner. He's a gunner. He's a punt returner. He was the returner of the year in the Big Ten. He was the DB of the year in the Big Ten. He broke his fibula at the end of the year. I don't think he's tested yet, but he had a bunch of interceptions in college. He's probably going to test pretty well once he does. He's supposed to get picked right around at the end of round 1. I think he'd be a good fit as a guy who could actually play right away, wherever in the defensive backfield, be their punt returner and their gunner, as opposed to an offensive lineman who wouldn't play right away for the 49ers.
According to they're saying this kid ran really, really fast. Now, I don't know if
he's a good athlete.
I don't know if they have his workout yet, but he's a hell of a football player. And if you watch Iowa football,
he's really a player.
Their offense is unwatchable, but their defense is just spectacular. And this guy's a really good football player. I mean, really good. So
good athlete. He's got ball skills. I think he'd be a really good fit. The special teams is nice. People say he may not be able to play much man-to-man coverage. Niners don't really want to play much man-to-man coverage. He's a hell of a tackler. I don't know. Seems like the kind of corner they like.
He's a great athlete. He's a great athlete. This guy, they're saying he's going to run around 4.50, but during high school, he ran the 100 meters in 11.16 and the 200 meters in 22.12. So, I mean, that's despite being 6'1" and weighing 207 pounds. So this guy is really, really fast, really, really athletic, really, really good football player. They think he's going to run like 4.4. So that's pretty damn good time.
I ran 11.3 in high school. It's a true story.
11.3, really?
I ran 11.3. I could move. I couldn't crack 10, but 11.3. I was 165 pounds. I wasn't really carrying much.
Where'd you play? O'Dowd?
I was at O'Dowd, and I ran track my senior year. I ran hurdles, 300 hurdles. We had some fast guys in the team. We had one guy who ran a 10.7, one guy who ran 11 flat. Fast dudes at Bishop O'Dowd. Good school,
man.
My nephew just got in. Shout out to Sam Strauss. Just got in.
I remember playing them in basketball, football, and lacrosse. They were good in all three sports.
We've always taken those sports seriously.